Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Stranad or Ballistic Gist. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload videos, you'll be the first person to be notified. To my returning subscribers, those people that share my videos and leave commentaries and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. So lovely. I came across this video on my For You and I thought to share, where a bank man was actually disgraced on live after he decided to play a card concerning what is happening right now and the past administration. This also gave room to some of the stage I was able to put here, talking about how, some of these bank people decided to use their hand to get everything upside down. I'm just going to roll the clip. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section. And let's dive into
veteran who served 2 tours. And she's horrified at what's happening in this country. When she's going to get rid of her dual citizenship as a citizen, she goes, I cannot be part of whatever this is. She's moved a bunch of families into sanctuary cities. A bunch of families so that they're safe. She said, I cannot believe what's happening to this country. I fought for freedoms in this country, for people to be treated equally by their character, not what they look like. And she's right. We've never stopped fighting the Civil War. Part of this country traded in their pointy white hats for a red ball cap. Now their faces are no longer covered. In America, we have to deal with this. It does suck that Vice President Harris lost. It is. But here's the reality of it. This gives us an opportunity to address the real problem with the United States. Because A, it's never been great for everybody. And if that triggers you, then you're probably wearing a red hat because you're racist. And secondly, we've never dealt with white supremacy in this country. More specifically, white Christian nationalism. And I've said this before, and I'm going to keep saying it. This country was created by white racist slave owners. They owned human people just because of how they looked. They designed it to benefit 21-year-old land-owning white men. And in his self-proclaimed Christian nation, whatever the hell that even means, he said that black people were worth 3/5 of a person. What kind of Christian nation judges people based on the color of their skin? What kind of fucked up Christian nation do you people live in? You mean white Christian nation. See, that's really what this is about. MAGA stands for Make America White Again. Because here's the sad truth about it. As hard it is for you white snowflakes to hear this, you were triggered by a black man sitting in the White House behind the Resolute desk instead of picking your cotton. And that just sent your panties in a tizzy. And you lost your shit. So you went back to what you know. To your primal ooze. Your primal instincts. You voted for the most uneducated, unqualified, immoral plantation owner. Because you just couldn't vote for the black woman. She was too smart for you, too intelligent, too polished. You want to hear a dumbass talk about Hannibal Lecter and electric sharks and moving hurricanes with a Sharpie and cheating on his wife and causing insurrection and being a convicted felon and sexually abusing women and have dinner with Nick Fuentes and questioning the birth of a black man. Yeah, because you want the price of eggs to go down. The fuck you do. You're a racist. You voted for a racist. And you're fine with it. You can't say that you voted for a racist because you like his policies. Can I vote for the mustache man in 1930s Germany? No. What he did was wrong, but I really like his policies. It doesn't work that way. You voted for it because you like it. How many times have you heard people say, I didn't like her cackle because they're sexist as well? It is a white male Christian patriarchy, and that shit needs to stop right goddamn now. And I'm a person of faith, and I have no right to force my beliefs on you or anybody else. 10 Commandments have no place in a school, while you support a man who breaks every single one of them every day. If more people like me would have been having these conversations, would have been walking with John Lewis across that bridge, or sat on the bus with Rosa Parks, or been there at the speech with Martin Luther King, or helped Harriet Tubman with the Underground Railroad, we wouldn't be here as a society. But what we did was we said, hey, our white privilege is going to keep us safe, so I'm not going to give a shit, and I'm just going to let it happen. And what we're saying right now is a lot of people that look like me, who thought that that plantation owner was going to let him stay in the guest house, now they're out there working for him. That's right. And they're going to lose their jobs, and their farms, and their livelihood. Now they give a shit. But you didn't care when it didn't affect you. I can't change what happened before. I wasn't here 50, 80 years ago, 100 years ago. But I can tell you one thing. As long as God gives me breath in this body, this is what I'm going to fight for. And if at some day that requires me running for office to say this conversation right here, then damn it, I'll do it. And I don't care if I lose. As long as this message is said and this battle is being fought for, that's more important than winning. When Doctor Strange was fighting Dormammu, he couldn't win. Dormammu was just too strong. But he had a time stone where he can revive himself over and over again because it was an infinity stone. And Dormammu says, but you can't beat me. And Doctor Strange says, you're right. I can lose again and again and again. And what's happened with our political system is that's all they've given a shit about is winning. We need somebody that's going to run, that winning is not the only goal. Doctor Strange says, yeah, I can lose, but the people of Earth will be safe. And if at some point that means that I have to run to lose, to keep America safe, to bring up white supremacy in this country and point out the Red Hatters that they're really Klan members, then I'll be damned if I'm not going to do that. It's time that more people that look like me say what I'm saying right goddamn now. I've had enough of this. And I know that I don't have to tell our black brothers and sisters that. They've lived it. Their parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents, and so on and so forth. You want to be a person of faith? Then love thy neighbor. Stand for somebody. Stand for something when it doesn't affect you. Give a shit about somebody when it doesn't affect you. Maybe don't worry so much about your goddamn bank account and give a damn about decency and morality and equality and fighting for other people and standing for other people. That's what patriotism is. Putting a bunch of American flags on your truck makes you a little bitch. That doesn't make you American, doesn't make you a tough guy. Having a pet bald eagle doesn't mean you're a real man. Standing up for what's right when it's inconvenient. And I'll leave you with this. A leader is not a searcher of consensus, they are a molder of consensus. Right now we have a lot of people that are a searcher of consensus. They want to be trolls. They want to go into their echo chambers and they want to say what's great and easy to hear. A leader says what needs to be said when it's uncomfortable. We are a white Christian male patriarchy, a white supremacist country. Racism is real and racism is alive, and that's why we have a white nationalist in the White House that surrounds himself with other white nationalists like Stephen Miller and J.D. Vance. Because don't kid yourself, their end game is the Hunger Games and to put the white man back on top, and I'll be damned if I won't speak out against it every goddamn day.
We all could use this laugh.
So this one is both really important as a topic, but also a little bit personal. Because, you know, here on the Young Turks, we said years ago that Biden had a problem. And it was, and is it because we're like the world's greatest reporters? No, because we have eyes and ears, like most humans. And so when Biden was falling apart at the seams publicly, we said, look, obviously there's a problem. Look, he just shook hands with no one. It was an invisible person.
Yeah, and so we were all in denial, but like, who cares? Are you ever going to let this go,
What's he
Jay?
doing? He can't finish sentences. He's getting...
Are you ever going to let this go? Because what did you do? You got so mad that the media didn't listen to you about Joe Biden? Oh, you got so mad that the media didn't. Oh, you're so oppressed. So what did you do? You took money from Peter Thiel?
Yep.
Like, I mean, what do you want, dude? You want a goddamn media cookie? Like, yeah, like what the is your deal, bro? Like, get over it. to use the words of David Hogg, get over yourself. Or to use the words of Franny, you're a bitch. Oh, look at me. Oh, look at dude.
All the world leaders wrong. This was super obvious. But now, reporters, and this is unbearable,
You're still talking about
are
it.
pretending that they got lied.
Dude, they love this shot of Biden, dude. They always use this picture, bro.
And there was no way they could have figured it out. How about you did some reporting earlier when it was relevant? And instead, what did you do? You yelled at every single person who said Joe Biden was old.
You know, I got to give them credit, though, Cenk, because they managed to monetize laundering their reputations and
Yeah, that's something you and Cenk have failed at. Monetizing your shit, because your channel is dead, baby.
rewriting history. Like, their revisionism about themselves is making them additional money. In the case of Jake Tapper, Alex Thompson, to his credit, was one of the few reporters who was calling a spade when it came to Joe Biden. Before anyone else, before the debate, before anyone else was willing to call a spade.
Okay, so those of us who bravely pointed out that the Democrats were more likely to lose if Joe Biden was around, we were all accused of trying to help Trump. Now, if it turns out that we were right, and it did turn out that we were right, who helped Trump the most? Ironically, mainstream media and Democratic leaders who worked together to make sure a senile old man was left running against Donald Trump, a guy who would obviously lose, but none of them minded as long as they serve power. And forget me, because I'm persona non grata and I'm an outsider and a populist. They would never.
Dude, Cenk, he's just the misunderstood outsider populist that goes on every right-wing news show.
ever acknowledge us, let alone apologize. Forget Marianne Williamson, who was a hero on this.
Dude, Marianne Williamson was fucking nuts. That woman was not the answer, bro. All right? There's a lot of answers out there, but don't fucking bring Marianne Williamson into this shit, dude. She was like, that woman was not the answer, okay? Dude, yeah, no, the red background. Dude, yeah, Cenk is the real victim here, guys. He really is, because Cenk, dude, let's take a moment here to really process. Dude, can I get some sad music? Hold on. Let's just take a walk, guys, and just look for a moment, because Cenk is misunderstood, because he has been victimized, guys. First off, okay, with fucking Cenk Uygur. First off, George Bush lied to him. He was a Republican, and George Bush lied to him about the war, which made him turn on the Republican Party. That was heartbreaking for Cenk Uygur. Forget about the 600,000 Iraqis that died. It was Cenk Uygur that got lied to. Okay, then around this same time, he was ambling around South Beach of Miami, and none of the women there would fuck him, right? And like, for no reason at all, Cenk Uygur was left to suffer. There he was, a stubby little guy. He didn't have a law degree like some of these guys. He didn't have any money. He just had the same collared shirt and the same jacket, and he walked around South Beach of Miami trying so hard to get fucked. And all the women ignored him. So this man, Cenk Uygur, poor Cenky, he had to give it the double tug every night, dude. He had to tug probably 5-7 times a day. And poor guy, look at him. Look at his face. You can see how much he was traumatized by having to tug like that, right? It was really like just heartbreaking. And then Cenk Uygur, he had a momentary taste of success. He got on YouTube, and like a rocket, Cenk Uygur, all of a sudden, he was rising to the top. He was the first partner on YouTube. He was at the pinnacle. Okay, Cenk Uygur was finally having his moment. Now, we're moving into this other part where now they're finally succeeding. Okay, they're checking out the celebrity camel toes. They're shouting the N-word on the air, and TYT is taking off. Okay? They're blowing up. All of a sudden, Cenk Uygur has political clout, dude. But then there's a black president. man, they don't like the black president, and Cenk doesn't want to be nice to the black president. Because remember, you know, the N-word thing? So now Cenk is on MSNBC, but they say, Cenk Uygur, we're sorry, we're going to give a black guy, Al Sharpton, he's getting the mainstream shot. Not you, little buddy. You're going to go back to South Beach. It's like now not only can you not get but you can't even be an anchor on MSNBC. And let me just tell you, Cenk Uygur, this is going to be so heartbreaking that you will talk about this for the next 20 years. Okay? You'll be crying about this. All right? You'll be fucking crying about this. Just heartbroken. Oh, Cenk, I'm sorry, dude. MSNBC dissed you. And then Bernie Sanders lost the election. And that was a real bad for you, Cenk Uygur, because you had blown up so big and you hitched your populist cart to Bernie Sanders. And you thought by Bernie Sanders winning that election in 2016, you thought it was going to be good for you. You were blowing up. You were grabbing all the fucking progressive people. You were pulling them into your network. You were providing them with optimization for YouTube, right? But we really know, Cenk Uygur, that probably you were making sure none of them blew up bigger than you. Weren't you, Cenk Uygur? I know you don't want to tell anybody that, but we know you were probably pulling the strings. But yeah, you were fucking really victimized by Bernie losing, because that meant your brand was now not really taken over. Your populist revolution was not taken over. You know what I'm saying? So Cenk Uygur, again, you were almost there, but you just didn't quite get it, right? You were a fallen man, and now you're in the Trump territory. So now we're going to take round 3. This is where it gets really sad. Oh, here we go. Now, after all this happened to Cenk Uygur, and Bernie lost, and Cenk Uygur was just beside himself. He had to endure a Trump presidency, which he said Trump was going to resign, and that never happened. And then Bernie lost again, and then Cenk Uygur ran for Congress. And Cenk Uygur was like, I'm going to finally change the world. This is about me, Cenk Uygur. I am going to finally do what Bernie failed to do, what the Democrats failed to do, what Hillary failed to do. I'm going to get into Congress, and I'm going to fucking burn it all down. And then what happened? Oh, they found your blogs. Oh, shit, they found your blogs. And people started realizing that, like, oh, shit, you were talking about all that incel shit. And you were talking about camel toes. And you were saying the N-word. And they're like, oh, goddamn, bro, you're kind of a misogynist, Cenk Uygur. We don't actually like you. You're kind of gross. And you're like, wait, no. Now they're canceling me. Oh, shit, but wait, I'm going to run for Congress. And yeah, don't mind that I'm union busting in the middle of my congressional campaign as a progressive. But man, they're really going hard on me. And now my idol, Bernie Sanders, the guy who I hitched my cart to, Bernie just has forsaken me. Bernie pulled his endorsement and said, God damn, dude, that Cenk Uygur guy is fucking, he's kind of a dirty misogynist. I can't endorse him. So you lost. You only got 6% of the vote. Oh, Cenk Uygur, how bad for you? Dude, you got fucked out of being able to burn Congress to the ground and being the face of the progressive fucking revolution.
Listen, there's a whole lot more to this video. You gotta go over to YouTube to watch it. Give Political Punk all of the views. This show right here was comedy gold.
Like, seriously, lovelies, it's just so easy to keep on pointing fingers at the past administration without actually pointing fingers on the present administration. Like, these people has already done their own part, and they are now on a retirement space. You know, the last administration are retiring right now. They are not in the picture right now. Why not just focus on the present administration and what they are doing? Like, I like the fact that so many pan color people are beginning to see. They're beginning to see clearly. They're beginning to see what people that looks like me have been trying to say very, very, very long time, you know. So many people decided that they were going to, vote against their own interest because they rather prefer a supremacist or a racist to be there rather than someone that they call a black woman. Like, and now everyone is questioning the present administration. Oh my God, why will he do something like this? Oh my God, what is happening? Nothing is happening. The way at which people pretend and act so shocked and act so surprised. Oh my God. As if they don't know what they actually voted for. Sometimes when they call out Orange Man and all of that, I said to myself, there is no point calling out Orange Man. This man is probably doing what people know that he was going to do. Like he told everyone, this is who I am. This is what I intend to do. This is how I want. Like he's he was actually very honest. If you ask me, he was very honest with his what he intend to do and how he want to run his own administration. He was very honest with people, but people acting so surprised. Oh my God, is that not hypocrite? Before he even stepped into the office, let me even talk about the Hispanic people. Before this man took or even made his interest on becoming, he told you that he was going to record the highest deportation whatsoever in the history. He told you that. But no, you thought that he meant he was going to look for, oh, criminals, oh, people that undocumented. No. No. When he said that he was going to make history, he already meant what he's doing what he has promised. Am I even going to talk about the project 2025 when it was a thing? People were all shaking. Then people were like, "Oh my God, is he involved in this project 2025?" And even when everyone saw the truth in front of them, they still do not want to believe. People were like, "Oh, he's not involved in that," but his rich folks, you know, what makes you think that he's not gonna get involved? But everything in that project 2025 is actually coming out one after the other. Like, why are people just like lying to themselves? This man was open with everyone, like, I am going to do this, I'm going to do that, and exactly this is what he's doing. Even the abortion thing, like exactly everything inside the project 2025, it is coming to an end. Everything is just coming out one after the other, and people still think that he's to be blamed. No. He's not to be blamed. It is people who actually ignore all of the red signs or all of the handwritings on the wall, thinking that, oh, he was just blabbing, he's not serious. Those are people that need to blame themselves, because this man already told everyone, this is who I am, this is what I'm gonna do, and this is why he's just passing bills upon bills upon bills without even looking left, right, or he doesn't care. The golden bill, there's a good news though. The golden bill, I think it was stopped. Yeah, people were like, I think it was stopped. They said the golden bill that he passed, that was about last week, I think it's withheld right now because he's just doing too much. People are getting scared. And the worst part with all of the thing going on is that people who are maybe middle class, poor people are the ones that are being affected. Rich people are not. Rich people are not. And the thing is that poor and rich people, poor or middle class people are not only found in my type of community. It is found everywhere. So because of that, everybody is going to be affected. Everybody's going to be affected. So it's not a matter of the color of your body right now. It is a matter of survival. Survival of the fittest. You know? You acted low. I acted very smart. You don't even need to blame him. You don't need to blame him because he already told you this is what I am capable of. And people knew him. You have tested him before. And you must civilly put him there. Am I even going to talk about the veteran people? The farmers? Like, everybody that is finding it out, they know who he is. They knew him. Anyway, lovelies, wanna just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please, lovelies, if you're not subscribed to this channel up to this extent, do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one. Just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. Please, if you've not subscribed to this channel up to this extent, do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the